What is up, Bat Family, and welcome to Batman Theory, where we take a deep dive into comic books, movies, cartoons, and everything in between that has to do with the Dark Knight. Guys, in yesterday's episode, we did part one of what would happen if Bruce Wayne's parents were never murdered. And today we are going to be on part two, so if you haven't seen part one yet, definitely going to want to watch that first, or you're going to be a little confused as to what's going on. But let's get right to it. Part two. We left off last with Bruce beaten on the side of a street in the crime-ridden city of Gotham. He immediately calls the police and two officers arrive. They tell Bruce that with how little they get paid and how many other crimes they have to solve, Bruce isn't really worth their time. He offers them more money and they take it and then walk away saying that Falcone and his mob pay more and drive away. Bruce is getting a first-hand dose of how corrupt Gotham City can be. Angry and dejected, Bruce decides to search for his missing girlfriend himself. He looks for hours but can't find a single thing. He finally drives off to Wayne Manor defeated. Something awoken in Bruce during that night, something clearly changed by the events, and he decides he won't ever be a victim again. Bruce then decides that Gotham is too filthy and ridden with crime and that something should be done. But how can he change it? However, rather than donning the cape and cowl like a lot of people would assume, Bruce decides to take matters to Mayor Hill first. However, as we can all suspect, his pockets are filled from the mob bosses with cash, and there's nothing he's going to be able to do either. Once again dejected, Bruce goes to Wayne Manor again. This time he can't sleep, and he goes the next day to buy gym equipment. Fills an entire room and then eventually expands it to an entire section of the manor. 6 months go by and no sign of his girlfriend. He stops dating. He doesn't go out anymore. He didn't love this particular woman. He hardly knew her. But the disappearance of her and the improbable death have really truly changed Bruce. He spends the next 6 months training relentlessly, to the point of worrying his parents. Martha and Thomas try to persuade Bruce to get help. He rejects it, saying that he's never felt better, and he feels like he has a purpose in life finally. Finally one night, Bruce dresses in all black and heads out into the city. He patrols several nights like this before ever finding anything worthwhile. Finally, he stops two men from attacking a young boy. He beats the two, and then two more men show up. Bruce is then knocked unconscious along with the young boy. They are both taken to an abandoned warehouse over by the docks. We are then introduced to the young boy whose name is Dick Grayson. Dick is an orphan. His parents were actually killed by the Falcone mob, and these are the men that he was trying to attack, trying to get revenge on his parents' death. Bruce tries pleading with the mobsters until Carmine Falcone himself, the head of the entire Boss family, decides to come and pay a visit. Unfortunately, without his years of obsession training as Batman, Bruce and Dick can't get free. Very quickly, Dick is killed because he honestly is a witness and he's not worth anything anymore. He's alone and he's an orphan. However, Bruce, realizing who he is held for ransom for $50 million to the Waynes. They of course pay it and Bruce is returned. However, after he's returned, Bruce is more determined than ever to avenge Dick Grayson's death. Bruce's inhumane determination is something that doesn't go away when he's not Batman. It's something he still has in this alternate timeline. But without his training or armor and gadgets, Bruce is actually killed shortly after that while on patrol one night by the very same mobsters that got a giant payout from the Waynes weeks before. So guys, I hope you did like that. I hope you liked this what-if scenario. It's, like I said, very different from anything I've ever really done on the channel, and probably anything I'll do for a while on the channel, but let me know if it's something you like. I think it's a very interesting topic people want to talk about, and I think this could go a lot of different ways. Essentially, my summary of both parts is Bruce doesn't become Batman and he never truly dons the cape and cowl, but there's things that happen in his life that still inspire him to get justice, because that's who Bruce is. He wants justice and he believes in justice and vengeance. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, please give us a like, subscribe. Tell me in the comment section if there's anything else you want to hear about. And until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day and stay safe.